Hello again, everybody. Recently, MPs calling for a renewed debate on assisted dying. Thrilled to say that Zoë Wanamaker, actress and patron of Dignity in Dying, is with us. Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you.
You too.
Tell me more.
Well, it's something that's been going on for a long time, or needs to have happened a long time ago. This has been a struggle. I don't personally understand it because it's nobody's business but one's own, how one wants to live or die, and I think it's about time we recognise this as something of choice, freedom of choice.
Why is it important to you?
Because it's a no-brainer, really, but having witnessed somebody wanting to die, not being allowed to die, and begging to die, was not allowed to. And this doesn't seem to be, and has to, I mean, people have gone through a lot of pain knowing that this is the end of their life and not being able to choose when and how they die. And it's undignified. That's why Dignity in Dying is called what it is.
Are you talking about your father?
Yes, I was talking about my father, who had secondary prostate cancer and lived with us for 3 years, and
after 20 years of struggling against,
had enough. It had enough pain, and knew it was terminal anyway, so what's the point? And he had to suffer this, and it was just not right. It wasn't right.
We remember your father, of course, very well, an actor, director, and responsible for the Globe, just
Absolutely.
across the river there.
Yes.
Just tell us a little bit about him.
Well, it took 27 years of his life.
I know.
We would have dinners with plans coming out on the table, and nothing would happen. Nobody wanted to know about it, so he had to go to... I mean, in the last years of his life, he got a plane to Japan, got a plane asking for money, for donations. And now, of course, it was a struggle, and not to see it completed was a great sadness to him. But he was very practical. He said, because the lottery was just about to come in, and he said, I think the Globe will get the lottery vote out of sympathy for me. So that's what happened. But yeah, he was an extraordinary human being, and to have him suffer like that for so long, in such pain, and it was just ridiculous. It was just insane. It's stupid. It's stupid. He's not a stupid person. And I don't think it's just him. I think I know of various other people who have wished to have the end of their life, and they have to pay a lot of money to go to Switzerland. And that's a struggle. It shouldn't be that way. It's undignified.
It's what, 30-odd years now, 30 years ago since your father died, and we're still in the same position.
Yes. Yes. Which I think the majority of people would agree. I mean, I don't understand why it's so resisted.
I've spoken to many MPs who would vote no against any
Because?
attempt. They feel that, for all sorts of reasons, not least potentially people being pressured into assisted dying.
Then what do you do about AI?
What do you mean?
Well, it's so easy to replicate somebody's wishes. Easy. But if you have a directive that you yourself and your family understand, then it's simple. Of course, it's always... But then that's everything. It's like this budget. It's the same.
You said you didn't want to get political.
I don't.
OK.
But everything is political in the end, I'm afraid.
That's true.
And it's... You cut something despite something else, at the repercussions of something else going on down the line. So it's the same with our lives. And whose God is your God or my God? If that's what you don't want, then you don't want it. Or it's against your religion or your principles. But I think most people don't want to suffer for a long time to cause arguments, fights, for nothing, for something that it's inevitable anyway. And why we should be stopped from having our own way of dying it's a non sequitur to me. I don't understand it.
Would you have considered Dignitas if it had been an option when your father was suffering?
I don't think he would have got that far. I think it's not easy to do it, to get there. And then it's putting pressure on other people. This is the whole thing. The repercussions of that, for him trying, he was too well known for a start, and I don't think he ever thought of that. He asked me if I would find him a book which would tell you how to die, but he was too ill to read the second page. So it was so stupid, I'm afraid, and I think the three of us, my two other sisters, were hoping that he would just pass away, but he didn't. He fought. The body fights, but not the brain. The brain knows what's going on.
Brave to Esther Ranson and her family at the
Well, exactly. And then there's a wonderful writer who has had motor neurons disease, who's written 2 books, and I can't remember her name, who had to eventually starve herself to death.
So what's your plea to the Prime Minister this morning?
My plea is that they pass this bill at last, and I don't think there'll be a rush for children or anybody else to kill their parents or whatever. I don't think so. But I don't think there'll be a rush of people. I just think it should be something you shouldn't be penalised for. At the end of your life is something that you choose.
And a fabulous legacy on the other side of the river, the Sam Wanamaker Playhouse as well, named after him.
Yes, he would have hated that, but,
Would he?
But he's dead. But at least he's not in the ether.
Yeah. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time.